everyone, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua for the kickoff of the 2018 New Hampshire high school football season. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. We're pleased to be joined by gentlemen from Bedford tonight, Harry Kozlowski, Harry Kay of Bedford's 105.1 radio and Bedford Community Television, Channel 23 on BNHLP. Tom, it's a beautiful night for football. It is cooler than it's been in months, and all excited for the
months.
opener.
It's cooler than it's been in a couple of weeks. So, but yeah, John, it's football season. You know, we're still in August, but still, it's time. You know, Labor Day weekend's here, and Nashua North and Bedford. A lot of players back from a team that just fell 1 point short in the playoffs against Winnacunnet, which went on to win the Division I title. Nashua North, John, they've got some players back. You're going to recognize number 10, Mike Lovelace. He's there in your screen right now. You're also going to recognize number 21. That's Curtis Harris. He carried the ball as a freshman last year. Has a lot of speed. You'll also recognize number 27. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Brian Montmany. He's going to get the ball an awful lot, carrying the ball and also catching it out of the backfield. There's your North offense, and don't forget Austin Ouellette, the wide receiver. Bedford, with their running back and their game, Toscano is going to carry the ball a lot. Ryan Toscano, and also number 2, John, you noticed in warm-ups, Thomas Morgan, not listed on the roster as a quarterback. The word is he's probably going to start because they want the experience.
That is Tom King. I'm John Collins. We're expecting exciting football action tonight. By all indications, Bedford has fielded another powerhouse team, a favorite to go back to the championship game where they fell 1.5 yards short. Wasn't the championship game?
It was the quarterfinal game.
Quarterfinal, thanks, Harry.
And it was a gutsy call on Derek Stank's part, the head coach, to go for 2 when he could have just kicked the extra point and continued the overtime against the Warriors. So, Derek is a bit of a riverboat gambler. He's not afraid to take some chances, so don't be surprised if you'll see a few, risky plays out here right off the bat.
Onside kick?
He's done that.
Really?
Oh,
Opening
yes.
the game.
He has done that in the past, so you have to be ready for that.
We will be ready for that. So welcome, Harry Kay. This game is being simulcast over Bedford Community Television, Channel 23, and on WBNHLP, Bedford 105.1 radio, as well as, of course, here on Nashua ETV. Welcome, everybody. It is August 31st. We're actually kicking off in the month of August. It has been a sweltering summer of 2018, as Tom King wrote about just recently at the start of the practice season. It has been an abbreviated, because of the new rules, abbreviated practice season, fewer scrimmages, fewer double sessions, no more double sessions for these two teams. More mental preparation than physical. We'll see if that has an effect on the field as we kick it off. It is fielded just at the mat wall at the 20-yard line or so, return of about 7 or 8 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 10, the Titans starting on offense here is Bedford playing defense on the left of your screen. The black pants, and of course North in their dark blue tops and white pants on the right. Kind of looks like the Penn State scheme from up here. A short run to start the first play from scrimmage. Montmany for about 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7, keeping it simple on that first down carry were the Titans. Mike Lovelace at quarterback. You see him, number 10, looking to the sideline to get the play call. Right next to him, Brian Montmany, number 27, who is expected to get the bulk of the carries. Number 5, Austin Ouellette. Outside, here it's Curtis Harris with the swing pass. He's got 2 men to beat, and he's past midfield inside the 45-yard line. Curtis Harris rambling loose in the secondary for a huge gainer. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. So great production there on the first possession of the game for the Titans. They've got the ball in Bedford territory already. Harris spinning off a few tackles, gets about 7 or 8 yards on the first down carry. So it's the Curtis Harris show here early. Lovelace hits him with a swing pass. Now he goes up the middle for a chunk more. And Titans moving the chains with that no-huddle offense to begin the game. 12-minute quarters here in New Hampshire high school football. North threatening to go right down the field with the opening possession. Looking to the sideline quickly was Lovelace. Dante Lorende, the head coach, called it some sort of an audible. Another play to Harris. He gets the pass, and he's very close to a first down. Let's see how they mark it. And they will, in fact, move the chains. Good enough for a first down. Second pass completion of this drive to Curtis Harris. Third time he's touched the ball to positive effect. They spotted at the 32-yard line of Bedford. First down and 10. A minute and a half into this game, and 2/3 of the way down the field are the Titans. Lovelace with the quick count, hands it off to Montminy. Both hands around the ball. He's chopped down in the backfield. A tackle for a loss by Bedford's number 59, Alex Pantalakos. The senior linebacker read the play perfectly and got into the backfield to cut down Montminy. To see, they say maybe a loss of half a yard on the play. So second and almost 11 here for the Titans. Let's see if they go back to the air. Lovelace fakes the handoff. The keeper up the middle spins away from the initial hit and gets about 7 or 8. But it'll be 3rd down and 3 here for the Titans. Key play coming up. Make it more like a 4-yard 3rd down here. 4, close to 5. Lovelace in the shotgun. Back to pass, throws left, and it is complete. Great fingertip grab as the defensive back went for the pick 6. Nick Bala with the reception. Great hands on that play. Lovelace had to fire it to beat the defensive back trying to jump the route. They complete it, and they pick up the first down. Ball's on the 8-yard line. It is 1st and goal for the Titans. The opening drive threatening to produce 6 points here for Nashua North. Lovelace with Harris in motion. Fakes the handoff to Harris, and he's wrapped up immediately in the backfield and dropped. Good defense by Bedford. The play there, probably in hindsight, was to give Harris that ball. Lovelace was wrapped up and was immediately dropped after faking the handoff, and a couple of players looked a bit shaken up there. Looked like it took a few seconds for Lovelace to collect himself, and now down on one knee is Cole Wheeler. Defensive tackle for Bedford, shaken up a bit on the play, and he may have to come out because they had a timeout to check on his well-being, and he'll get an escort off the field. Harry Kay, kind of a surprising
I think it's very impressive how well the Titans are moving down the field, although on the last play I think the defensive front for Bedford weren't fooled by the fake going across the 21 and were able to wrap up the play pretty well.
Yeah, I think it took some exceptional execution there between Bala, the receiver, and Lovelace, the quarterback, to pick up that key first down here to get 1st and goal. So now the ball's on the 11. It's 2nd and 11 after the 3-yard loss. Montminy up the middle. He gets greeted rudely by Ryan Toscano, the senior linebacker, with a solid hit. Limiting the yards gained there by Montminy. And it's 3rd down and goal from the 9-yard line. So Bedford threatening to stuff this drive short of the goal line unless the Titans want to go for it on 4th down. Let's see what the play call is for the Titans here on 3rd and goal from the 9. Looking to his left to pass. He's got Harris. A couple men to beat. Runs into traffic, and he's down short of the 5-yard line. Nice crisp pass by Lovelace, but good speed in pursuit of the football by the Bedford defense, and Harris not able to get outside with that.
So now here's the decision on the part of the Titans, whether they go for 6 on 4th down or if they kick.
And maybe they have confidence in the ability of Mike Lovelace or not enough confidence in the kicking game, but they will go for it on 4th down from the 8. Lovelace is going to throw it, and it's picked off. Toscano was right in the passing lane, and he clamped down on it. And instead of getting 3 or maybe 6, North will come up empty. Toscano with the huge interception. Could have knocked it down, I guess, and they would have got the ball in the same place because of the heads-up tackle by the Nashua offensive players on the field after that interception. But an ill-advised pass there by Lovelace. Toscano was just right in his passing lane, and he did not miss his chance to make the game's first interception. First interception of the 2018 season. So the promising North opening drive ends up falling short. Throwing on 1st down. It is complete. Morgan in the right flat to Ryan Donahue, senior receiver, sure-handed on that one. Number 17 with the reception. And they picked up a big chunk of yards there. It'll be a 1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line of Bedford as they went right to the air on their opening offensive play. Now they'll hand it off. Toscano slips a tackle. He's got a 1st down and much more. He breaks it to the outside. Tries the stiff arm. He's going to be tackled deep into North territory. Toscano, who started that run on the 24-yard line of Bedford, ends up on the 32-yard line of North. And there's a flag on the play? No. No, Toscano with a great interception and a run. So making a huge impact here early. Toscano gets another handoff, and he puts his shoulder down. The tackle made by the North linebacker. Spencer Wynick, and showing his power there was Toscano as he's able to bull his way to close to 6 yards with the 1st down carry. They fake it to Toscano over the middle. It is complete. A pass to the tight end there. Harrison Lagulin. Lagulin with a 1st down reception. And so just as quickly as North took the ball down the field on their opening drive, Bedford has the ball in the red zone now for the Bulldogs, and they're threatening to get the game's first score. Handoff will be to Toscano. He slips 3 tacklers, and he gets it close to the 5-yard line. It looks like he got 1st down yardage there. Ball was on the 16. He needed to get to the 8, and they might be measuring this. They're only steps away from the chains, and it's still difficult call, but they will say inches short of the 1st down. It'll be 2nd and about a foot. Impressive opening drive here by Bedford on the ground and in the air. Morgan with man in motion. Lagulin, he gets it, he gives it to Lagulin. Stiff arm, he dives, and he is in for the touchdown. Bedford with 6 points. Halfway through the 1st quarter, the Bulldogs on the board for the first time in 2018. A big swing in this game. Toscano, the star of that drive, Ryan Toscano, who started it with an interception on the other end of the field, and then with some big runs. Morgan with some key passes. The handoff there to Lagulin, who also contributed with a 1st down pass reception, and then the touchdown diving over the pylon in the corner. The kick after the touchdown is good, and it is a 7-0 Bedford Bulldog lead with 6:04 remaining in the 1st quarter.
And was it Lagulin who did his best Superman impression there, diving for the last 3 or 4 yards into the end zone, and that was very effective at getting over any Titan defenders.
If there was some photographers in the end zone, they could have got a spectacular Superman pose out of that. I've seen Gronk do that. That's really laying your body out to gain those extra few yards. And we talked about an impressive drive for North. That was more impressive, I think, for Bedford. They finished it off.
Yeah, Toscano, he's a bull. He's just so hard to bring down, and he's got speed as well as power. So both were on display in that drive. Interesting story, too, on that extra point. Madison Lucantoni, I believe the first female player that made football varsity for the Bulldogs. She was successful on that extra point. She actually kicked the winning field goal in the Jamboree game last week against Salem. Her kick was the difference in the win.
Well, as a quality kicker, she actually has a chance to probably contend for the scoring title. Although these Bedford players, they can put up some big points. So it won't be maybe like Goskowski. They are going to go for a chipped onside kick. Good sure-handed reception. And it is received at the,
looks like about the 37-yard line.
37-yard line, yeah.
I did tell you that
there was some discussion here about whether, and you see Dante Loretti talk to the official, when you signal for a fair catch, you shouldn't be tackled, but I guess it wasn't really a clear cut.
He didn't really get his arm up very quickly, though. He was giving himself up to the tackler.
He was, but there's a difference. I would say so, too. So North's second possession of the first half will start in their own end, but good field position at the 37-yard line and buried in the backfield, and there's a big guy to do the burial.
71.
Number 71 is Troy Helton. And it was the fall of Troy on top of, was that Montminy or Harris? But I couldn't see. They were enveloped.
It was 21 was the runner.
Harris.
I don't have a roster in front of me. It was 21.
Curtis Harris got enveloped by the fall of Troy right on top of him. And there was no escape. So that was a tackle for a loss with an exclamation point. Second down and 13 for the Titans. The shotgun snap by Lovelace. He hands it off to Harris, weaving his way through some tacklers. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and +1. So it'll be third and a long 8th here for the Titans. They're faced with a third and 3 and out possibility here unless they can convert on third and long here in their own end. Lovelace is back into the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Straight drop, heavy pressure, and he's not going to get away from it. The sack is made by number 24, Christian Bourgeois. Bourgeois with great penetration, and then when he clamped onto Lovelace, he would not let go and brought him down. Another loss on the play. It'll be 4th down and 16, and the Titans will punt. So possessing the ball for about 90 seconds of clock, they're going to be forced to give it up here as Bedford comes up with their second defensive stop of the game. A bouncer of a long snap there, and it is fielded and punted away, and the return to the far left sideline. Lucien Mumpini. Mumpini trying to turn the corner. He's tackled by Montminy on the punt coverage team. Mumpini with the reverse of direction play, trying to spring it. Second possession of the game for the Bedford Bulldogs offense. They lead 7-0 with exactly 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, as you can see.
Bulldogs were able to adjust quickly on that second possession by the Titans. Whatever they were doing the first time around, I think Bedford was able to sniff it out.
They went to the air the first time, first down. Let's see if they do it again. They have a man in motion, and they are going to throw it on first down. It is complete. Quality gain on first down for the Bulldogs as they get past the midfield stripe to the North 49-yard line with that 7 or 8 yard pass completion. Make it 8 yards on the play. Montminy with another tackle. Number 5 is Lucien Mumpini with the reception there for 8 yards. Second down and 2. Morgan hands it off. This time Toscano is met near the line of scrimmage. He still manages to get a yard, and it'll be, well, it actually, yeah, he's half a yard away. Third down. Be a surprise if they didn't go right back to Ryan Toscano here, and it's just a keeper, and they're going to get more than enough yards as it turns into a rugby scrum to move the chains for the Bulldogs. First and 10 for Bedford. 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. John Collins along with Tom King and Harry Koslowski of BCTV Bedford and 105.1 WBNH Radio in Bedford. With us here at Stello Stadium on the August 31st season opener for 2018. The Bulldogs leading 7-0, looking for more. Two-step drop for Morgan, fires it over the middle. He has a man. Did he hold on to it? They're going to call that complete at the 17-yard line of North. A spectacular pass and even better catch for the Bulldogs. Huge gainer. The ball was on the 42. They move it to the 17 for a gain of about 25 yards on the play for the Bulldogs.
Morgan was just inches away from getting sacked on that play, and he threw out just a dart right where it needed to be.
Great execution by the Bedford offense again. The handoff, twisting and turning. This is Mumpini trying to break it to the outside. He could have went to the house with that if it was not for the last second tackle by Montminy, who's got about a half dozen tackles already in this game. 2:20 to go, first half, and Bedford on the move once again with that fast-paced offense. New player trotting onto the field, and with a play call to tell to Morgan, Thomas Morgan, the senior, listed at 5'11", 180 pounds, back in the shotgun at quarterback. He's got Toscano to his right. He looks all left, and he's trying to avoid the rush, and he cannot. 76 with the sack. Big defensive play there for the Titans just when they needed it. Vincent Priori, offensive lineman and linebacker. Class of 2019, so he is a senior.
Big loss there, 6 yards for the Bulldogs.
Priori with the biggest defensive play of the game, as Harry said, loss of 6, but it gets Bedford in a little bit of a tough situation here. Third down and about 12 to get the first down. Wide open on the left flat, a bobbled play, but he makes the catch and hangs on before he's tackled right near the first down marker.
And that bobble might have cost him the first down. He had to take the time to get his hands on the ball, which he did, but by the time he got control of it, there were two Titan defenders on him.
Timothy Green hangs on, and as Harry said, he's just a yard short of the first down, so a huge play here. Bedford's going to go for it. They had a quarterback sneak last time when it was fourth and short or third and short. They might be doing it again, and they will. And hit at the line of scrimmage. A flag flies. It's going to be a big call here. Not sure what this is. A legal shift called against the Bulldogs. They may have had two players in the backfield moving at once there when you saw Morgan leave the shotgun, go right up under center, and try the, almost like the pitcher on the mound, quick pitching the batter. And they're going to go back to Madison. Madison Lucantoni, the kicker for Bedford, who's got an extra point to her credit already, going for a three-pointer here. It'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and it is good. Madison Lucantoni with a 30-yard field goal to make it a 10-0 Bedford lead.
A lot of leg on that one, too. Her extra point actually barely made the goalpost, but that one had room to spare.
The only question was, would it be wide to the right? And it was not. It was between the uprights. And Madison Lucantoni, she gets the job done. And as was pointed out to us, winning kick in the Jamboree scrimmage. It'll be interesting if this game comes down to a kick. Right now, Harry, it's Bedford's game to lose. It looks
10-0.
like they've taken control.
Bulldogs out ahead 10-0 with 27 seconds left in the first.
There's been flashes by the North offense. Mike Lovelace hooking up with receivers Balla and Willette still a threat to come back and make a game of it, but the Bedford offense and defense have been impressive here early with 27 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Madison Lucantoni will kick off from her 40. And it's a low end-over-end kick, fielded at about the 23, and the tackle made at the 30. Matt Wall on the return for the Titans. Jacob Collins with the tackle on the kick coverage team. 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll see what Dante Lorendi, head coach North, and his offense come up with here in the waning seconds of the first quarter. North will be playing at Goffstown, their first road game next weekend, while Bedford will open their home schedule against Concord on September 7th. Run goes right up the middle on first down and 10. Curtis Harris with a short gainer. Tackled after about a 3-yard gain. They'll spot it at the 34-yard line.
And that might be it for the first quarter.
First quarter going into the books. Of course, we take no commercial breaks here on Nashua ETV. How about 105.1, Harry?
Oh, we're completely non-commercial as well.
Fantastic.
And let's get you a quick rundown here
Please.
on the stats. Of course, the scoring drives. Bedford on the board first with a 6-yard run by Harry Lagulon. Made the score 7-0 with the Lucantoni extra point. And then with 27 seconds remaining in the quarter, Lucantoni with a 32-yard kick. And that was good. That makes the score 10-0. Total offense so far, the Titans with 65 yards, most of it on the first drive. Bedford with 135 yards. Passing yards, it's 51-70 for the Bulldogs. They have 70. Rushing yards, 14 for Nashua North and 65 for the Bulldogs. And let's see, I'm going to guess that Toscano has most of the yards on the ground for the Bulldogs.
I would say.
Yes, he's got 59 yards on 3 carries.
So Toscano well on his way to a 100-yard gainer day. But right now it's the Titans who have the ball and a chance to cut into this 10-0 deficit. Fresh 12 minutes up on the board. The Wildcat snap goes directly to Harris. He throws it and immediately met in the left flat. Xavier Provost is tackled. Zachary Guerin, number 8, comes up from his cornerback position and read that play perfectly, not fooled by the direct snap to the running back and a quick pass out to the left. So it is a gain of 1, 3rd down and 9 for the Titans. Timeout North. North searching for that formula. Here, to say it's early in the season would be an understatement. They had a lot of changes in the rules for the summer practices. No more double sessions and no more starting really early in August. I think they took a whole week off the practice schedule and at least one scrimmage. So a lot of these teams are finding their identities in real time here during the actual regular season, as things have taken a turn for the safer in the preseason for New Hampshire high school football, as well as for the NFL. They took a kind of a page from the NFL as people put their heads together about how to keep the kids healthier and safer entering the season. And Coach Scott Knight of Nashua South, quoted extensively in Tom King's recent article about the rule changes, said there's a lot of positives to these rule changes that they're working with, including that the players seem to be healthier late in the preseason. Long pass by Harris, going to be picked off. It was underthrown, and Zachary Guerin, who's made 2 nice defensive plays in the last couple of minutes here after the timeout, comes back and makes the second interception of the game for Bedford. So it'll be the Bulldogs with possession with 11:20 to go in the half. Kind of an ill-advised pass by Harris, almost like a Hail Mary pass. Threw it up for grabs.
Yeah, it looked like it actually slipped out of his hands a little bit on the throw. It had kind of a wobble to it.
Yeah, you really couldn't identify who it was intended for. And good job by Guertin to win the jump ball as he slowed up and timed his leap perfectly. So Morgan's going to hand this ball off. Running to the outside, Toscano's got room to roam. It was about 12 to 13 yards down the field before he took his first hit on that run, and that's going to move the chains in a big way. Ryan Toscano, who had 59 yards rushing before that carry, adds another chunk to that total.
Another 17 on that carry alone.
So let's see if I can do the math. He's up to around 66 yards already. Morgan's going to fire it out to the slot, and a rare mistake made by this Bedford offense as Morgan cannot connect with Toscano, who had some room to roam if they were able to make that teardrop pass over the onrush of the defenders by North. Got into the backfield, kind of disrupted that play a little bit. Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 10:50 to go in the first half. Bedford trying to add to their 10-0 lead on 2nd and 10. Low snap picked up, improvising. Morgan's got a first down. Needed to get to the 35. That's about where he took a hit, and that will move the chains. Morgan with a gain of about 11 on that carry. First down and 10 for Bedford. It did not look by design. It was a low snap. Looked like the play was designed to go left, and Morgan goes right.
Yeah, a lot could have went wrong on that play, but Morgan found a lane to run into and was able to gain 11 yards.
Fakes the handoff. One-step drop. Picked off. A step-up play down the right sideline. Austin Willett trying to go the distance. Got one man to beat. And it will be Morgan, the quarterback, that pushes him out of bounds. So a big play by the North defense. Oh, they needed that. Bedford was driving, threatening to go up by 3 scores, and Austin Willett read it perfectly, jumped the route, and there was no question that he was going to secure that ball. It was right in his chest at the end of the throw. I don't think Morgan saw Willett at all, and it's first down and 10 for the Titans with 10:25 to go in the first half.
That was a real heads-up play there to get in front of the receiver, to jump in and go down the sideline and put the Titans into scoring position at the 31-yard line.
That was the third interception of this game. Bedford's got 2 of them, but a great play when they needed it there for North to pick up their first INT. Harris with the keeper up the middle, and he had just one man to beat, kind of ran into his own blocker, but a huge gainer for Harris as Dante Lorendi getting the ball in the hands of his best players here late in the first half. Chance to make this a 1-score game again if they can complete this drive. Of course, North on their opening drive got the ball inside the 10-yard line before they stalled with an interception ending up in the hands of Ryan Toscano of Bedford to stop that drive. Let's see if they can take it the distance here as they are once again in the red zone. Just under 10 minutes to go. Another direct snap to Harris. A shirt tail tackle there slowed him up just enough. Did Jack Jones, who got into the backfield, the free safety, read the play beautifully and disrupted the play. So it's going to be second down and 6. They need to get to about the 5-yard line to get a first down and keep the drive going.
Some great balance there on that play. Even though he was getting pulled down by the shirt, he was able to hold on his footing and gain an extra 5.
Yeah, he did make a lot out of it, didn't he? Harris with the shotgun formation again as the Titans alternate quarterbacks here. Harris faked the handoff, and there was nowhere to go. He got triple teamed in the backfield. A team sack there for Bedford, and it'll be third down and long.
That was a really slow developing play, and I think there was a little bit of indecision between the running back and Harris, and by that time there were already 3 defenders on top of them.
Yes. So right now Harris has an empty backfield. He has 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. And look for the Bedford pass rush to try and assert itself again here. Harris calling signals. He's going to run it immediately, and he immediately is tackled. Helton in the backfield. That's a big building to run around. Torrey Helton, number 71. And Harris had nowhere to go again. So it's 4th down and 11. And again, Bedford threatening to stuff this drive right in its tracks in the red zone. Titans trailing 10-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Looking for the solution to this Bedford defense.
And they're going to go for it. No kicking this time.
Sticking with Harris at quarterback. Montminy is the running back to his right. He's got a pair of receivers left and right. Straight drop for Harris. Steps up, flushed out of the pocket. He's got some room. Harris puts his head down. He's got the first down inside the 5-yard line. Great read by Harris. Somewhat of a quarterback draw play there, and he was able to make it work. Got about 13 yards on that carry.
You know, I wonder a little bit if that wasn't the play from the start, to get to sell the pass, get everybody moving, and then opening up a lane for Harris to take off.
I believe it may have been, Harry. I think you're right, and it worked. Big play there for North, to say the least, on 4th down. They are inside the 5, goal to go. And the running back who had not gotten set, they're going to penalize number 42, Sherrod Williams. False start penalty against the Titans. So costly penalty there. I believe that's maybe in Sherrod's first play in a while. And was movement in the backfield, false start for the Titans. Is going to move him back. So they were goal to go inside the 5. Now they're going to have to go the full 10 yards if they want to score here. Still first down, though. 7:21 to go. Curtis Harris has been the quarterback for this drive. He's faked the pass a few times, but primarily it's been a ground game attack with Harris at the QB. Back to the playbook for the Titans here on goal to go from the 10. Harris, stiff arm, trying to slip a few tacklers. He does. He is down at about the 10-yard line. Not too much there for Harris as he tried to go left with it. They call it no gain.
And Ryan Toscano was the first one in, forcing Harris to the outside. So he's making plays on both sides of the ball, Toscano is.
Toscano, who is their talented running back, equally effective at linebacker for the Bulldogs. There you see the score and the time remaining in the first half, and it is a big drive for North. Are they going to make a game of it, or will Bedford continually to stuff them inside the 10? Harris hands it off. Up the middle it goes. Gain of maybe 4 on the play for the Titans. Xavier Provost on the carry for North. They will spot the ball at the 6. Still goal to go. It is 3rd down now.
And for our radio listeners, the score is 10-0 Bedford with 5:58 left in the second quarter.
Forgot I had radio listeners. Again, that's where I started.
Yeah, it's a habit you have to get into. You have to give the score a lot.
Give the score. I can't say, there you see the score. I don't see anything. I'm on the radio. Shotgun snap to Harris. He is going to hand it off. Montminy trying to drag a few tacklers with him. He gets it down inside the 2. Goal to go. It'll be 4th down. The Titans, oh so close and yet so far, as they are down to 4th down here, and they will go for it right away.
That was definitely a point-saving tackle there.
Harris keeps it. Harris is no indication yet. No indication.
It looked like Harris's knees landed at the 1-yard line, but he dove over the goal line. Are the officials saying he was short?
They are going to say he was short, Harry. There was no indication of a touchdown. That was 4th down, and the foot is planted inches from the goal line. That is how close North came from scoring 6 points in this game. A huge call. It was the sideline judge here on the right sideline. All of the officials in stripes deferred to him, and the knee was down, I believe he said, before the ball crossed the plane. We don't have the luxury of replay here.
No, and our vantage point here, we're pretty much at the 50-yard line, so we couldn't really see what happened. It was really close. I mean, his knee was down, but it looked like the ball was over the line, at least from where I was standing. But the officials were there, so let's go with what they say.
Maybe if the Bedford and Nashua taxpayers pooled it together, we could have all kinds of replay machines, right, Pete? But because we would be wearing them out right now. If
that'll be in next year's budget.
Okay. Wow, what a job by the Bedford defense to hold North just that short of a touchdown. And now it is up to the Bedford offense to come out from a tight spot. They are right up against their own goal line. North would, of course, love to come up with a tackle for loss here and get the ball back and force a safety. It's still only a 10-0 game. Bedford in the lead with 5 minutes and change remaining, 5:07.
And Bedford made two big plays there. On third down, they were able to drag Montminy down at the 1-yard line, a saving tackle from behind. So the defense for the Bulldogs coming up big on 2 plays in a row there, keeping the Titans off the board.
You're right, not to forget that third down play, because in the end, every inch counted there to stop North short of the goal line. So here comes the Bedford offense, which has been very effective in almost every facet of the offensive game. They've been able to pass, they've been able to run. The quarterback has carried the ball a few times. They've got a lot of options here, but they are right up against their own goal line as North try to get an advantage. And who are they going to say it's against? They're trying. The offense is trying to sell it. Is North going to say that? Yep, it's against the defense, and that's one way to get away from your own goal line. Draw the defense offside. How do you do that with a hard count?
I don't know, but I'm surprised.
Well, even
Curtis Harris didn't figure in that play. I mean,
even if it was on Bedford, I mean, it would have been maybe an inch.
Yeah,
it would
have
been
about the 2-inch yard line.
Right? He was
would
short.
Have been 1 inch.
He was short, by the way.
He was. Did you get a good shot of it? There's a flag that's going to fly behind that rugby scrum. It's going to be by the referee with the white cap. You could see it come late. They had a holding call against the defense, so that's going to back them up halfway. And inside the 5-yard line, the ball will go back if Dante Lorende chooses to accept the penalty. Let's see. Does he want to accept it? He does. 5:01 to go in the first half. Bedford trying to get out of their own end first of all, and then maybe add to their 10-0 lead before the end of the first half. The North defense kind of probably indignant on the part of their offense for coming up an inch short of that touchdown. They're trying to come up with a big play here, and Toscano could have been wrapped up in the backfield. He jumped away from a few would-be tacklers and made something out of nothing there, and it'll be 2nd down and about 3.
Well, Toscano versus Harris. Battle of heavyweights.
Yeah.
Battle of two. You know, Toscano's a more complete back. He's bigger. He's got a little bit more push. Harris has got the speed. Interesting move to have Harris be the quarterback.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if that's...
The whole drive.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, 2 series.
Morgan keeps it. He's got a first down, and he's going to be tackled about the 15. First down and 10 for Bedford. So a big first down for the Bulldogs there as they buy themselves some breathing room. 4:08 to go, first half. Morgan.
50-50, John. Our
I
chance
noticed,
to get rich.
I heard. Yeah.
How can you say no to that?
Morgan, straight drop. Screen, middle. Toscano dropped it. It's incomplete. And so that's a first down play.
I think he might have been. He was in a crowd.
Yeah.
It wasn't a well-designed screen. You want him more out in the flat for something like that, I think. Just a little bit, not out in the flat, but just a little bit away from the big push.
Toscano, who's starting to put up a 100-yard rushing game in this one, already has an interception and multiple tackles on defense as well. Not able to hang on to that. Morgan in an empty backfield fires to the left, our left, his right, and it is a quick tackle. Good defense by North, stepping up to stuff that play in its tracks. Short gain. It'll be 3rd down and long from deep in their own end for the Bulldogs. So a big play coming up here with still plenty of time left in the first half. 3:23 remaining. Bedford needs to get a first down if they want to hang on to the football. Otherwise, they're going to be punting from deep in their own end. And North would desperately like to come up with a stop here. Ryan Toscano, the sole running back, standing to the right of Thomas Morgan. Morgan with a straight drop, 2 steps, fires, and it is complete. A yard short of the first down. Decision time for the Bulldogs. They are deep in their own end. It is only a yard to go. 4th down, though, and 1. If they don't make it, of course, North would have better than fantastic field position.
They're going to punt.
And it appears they will punt.
You got a 10-0 lead. No reason to try it. It's a lot of game left here.
You don't know. You haven't seen their punting team yet.
That's true. I've seen their other kicker. She's pretty good.
Yeah, she is pretty good.
Yeah.
She has put up 4 points already, an extra point and a field goal from 32 yards. The flag flies as the punt is away. Fair catch called for. Let's see what the flag is, as the ball would be spotted at the Nashua North 44-yard line. Officials conferring down back at the previous line of scrimmage, and we will get the illegal procedure call against the Bulldogs. Question for Dante Lorendi: does he want to make him kick it again? I'd be tempted to, I tell you. They decline it. They're going to keep the ball.
Yeah, where's the position?
44.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want him to kick it again.
2:11 to go in the first half.
It'll be first down for the Titans on their own 44-yard line.
Here's an opportunity now for the Titans to at least make a game of it before the half, only down 10-0.
They need that one score, Harry. You're right. And the thing is how are they going to do it? They're going to have Harris be the quarterback, or they make Lovelace do it. And I think they're going to go with Harris. Although, no, Lovelace is out there now.
Yeah, Lovelace
so
back out there.
Lovelace will be back out there. Harris getting a breather on offense.
Number 21, Curtis Harris, at the bottom left corner of your screen there, as Tom said, getting a breather at least for the moment. Another two-way player, correct?
Yes.
A lot of these guys, look at Toscano right in the middle of your screen. He doesn't take a play off, number 39 for Bedford. Lovelace with the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, fires it out to the left side. Ball came loose, a helmet right on the ball.
And that would be an incompletion if that's the case.
And
they're going to call it complete, I think.
Yeah, they are. And where the ball hit the ground is where they're going to spot it. So no gain on the play. It's right back at the 44-yard line where they started. It is a completion, or maybe incompletion. Anyway, it's second and 10.
The net result is the same. All that matters are the stats.
Oh. That's a good point. So, little conference there. I'm not sure exactly what that was about.
Whether to call it an incomplete or not, maybe.
Yeah. 1:45 to go in the first half. North running their 2-minute offense with half the field to go, +6 to get 6. They are being shut out here so far. 10-0, Bedford in the lead. Another key drive. And Mike Lovelace in the captain's seat in the shotgun at quarterback. Receives a snap, straight drop, fires it deep down the middle of the field. He's got Willett. He's off his fingertips, incomplete.
He had him, John, in stride, it looked like. Let's take a look. Yep, had him and just off his fingertips. He wouldn't have scored if he caught it. He would have been tackled right away. But just off his fingertips.
Would have been a huge
that's
play.
That's one that you know Austin Ouellette wants back.
And it looks like the clock operator forgot to turn the clock on.
Harry, you
last
caught
play.
that, huh? It's still 1:45. A whole play went, and the clock
John,
stayed
here's the
frozen.
proof right here on my camera that Harris was short of the goal line on that tackle right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good shot. You got it. So it is third down. They just ignore the fact that no time came off the clock on second down. A long heave, and the only one to catch it is a Bedford defensive back.
That was
That is
Mumpini.
Mumpini, who was back there playing center field, and it turned into an easy interception. The receiver double teamed on the play, and really no chance to complete that one.
Number on that one?
Number 5?
Number 5,
Mumpini.
Lucian Mumpini.
And that is the third pick by the Bulldogs.
2 for
in this
Mumpini
game.
so
Yep.
far. Toscano's got the other one. North's been heaving it up, and Bedford's been saying thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't understand the desperation there. You know, you've got a guy like Harris. I don't know if he was on the field at that time. Get him in the flat, get him the ball, let him take off.
High percentage pass maybe and let him run after the catch or hand it off, but instead they go deep and they get burned by the Bedford secondary. Handoff to Toscano. Bulls his way through 2 hits for about 16 or 17 yards. More yards as he flirts with a 100-yard
more yards.
first half rushing game. Minute and a half to go, first half. Bedford threatening to make it a 3-score game
That's just
before
it.
the break.
You give them the ball. They've got 2 timeouts left, I believe.
Morgan hands it off. LeGuelon is tackled after about a gain of 5. LeGuelon is one of the scorers in this game, listed at 6'3", 230 pounds. He is a load to bring down. Also has got pretty good hands as he's shown off in this game. Straight drop, Morgan fires it over the middle. He's got a man. It is complete. Mumpini at the 20. Wrestled down at the 15. Ball was on the 47. A flag flies late. We have a personal foul being tacked on. Let's see who this is against. Was it on the defense or was it on Mumpini? Might have been some words exchanged.
Usually it's on the defense after that, but we'll see.
It's going to be big if it's against the offense. It'll be 15 yards that way. The
From-
other way,
yeah,
it'll
from the
be
spot of the
half
foul.
the distance
Yep.
against the defense. It would take it inside the 10.
Ball caught at and brought down at the 15, I believe, right?
Right.
It's that way.
There's a
It's going to be
32-yard
against North,
gain on the.
unless it's both.
Yeah.
And then they move
Okay,
it back.
I
but,
see what you mean.
You know, but they're not going to. That's half the distance. It's going to
That
be against
is
North.
against North.
Yep.
Personal foul, and now it makes goal to go from the 7-yard line. Morgan calling signals. Now 45 seconds left in the first half. Bedford's got an excellent chance to put more points up. The fire over the middle, complete. LeGuelon with his second. No, they're going to call it incomplete. He dropped it.
Went right
Did
through
not
his hands.
see where that ball ended up, but he did not hang
you
on.
couldn't see it. I know it.
Big target there, slanting in like a tight end play, and it was there for the taking, but Bedford unable to execute that time. Second down and goal to go from the 7. Again, back into the shotgun is Morgan. He's got Toscano in the backfield with him. He gives it to him. Toscano trying to stay on his feet. He's inside the 2.
Yeah, it looks like he's about the 1.5. You're right. Keeps his feet moving.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1.5.
Took 4 people to bring him down.
Did.
Mark it at the 2.
It's 3rd and 2. Timeout Bedford. So they'll take one of those 2 remaining timeouts and freeze the clock with 29 seconds left to go.
To get a turnover like that, John Collins, and that's right before the half, that's a no-no. You know, that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm sure Dante would love to have that play call back where they heaved the ball downfield and Mumpini got his second interception with enough time on the clock for Bedford to mount this last-minute drive, and they are threatening to go up by 3 scores. I'm kind of rooting for a stop and another Madison Luscatoni field goal try.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
By the way, Toscano on that carry broke 100 yards.
He did.
How many carries, Harry?
On 8 carries, he has 103 yards.
103, 8 for 103.
And they may go back to him here. It is Morgan with Toscano as the running back. Ball at the 2. Goal to go. It is 3rd down. Toscano. Touchdown.
Yeah, that's almost routine.
No flags. It is a 16-0 Bulldogs lead with 26 seconds remaining in the first half. Unfortunate turn of events for North. They came up literally inches short of a touchdown on one end of the field. They got the ball back with under 2 minutes to go. Another interception, and has yielded another extra point try here for Madison Luscatoni. And she's got 5 points here in this first half, as she makes another one, plus the field goal. So it is a 17-0 Bedford lead with 26 seconds left to go in the first half.
And that's Maddie Lucantoni, and it's been perfect so far with 2 extra points and a 30-yard field goal.
So the question is she a varsity soccer player?
Lucantoni, sorry, Madison.
I'm not sure.
I would imagine with a foot like that, she probably is.
I'm not sure if
but I don't know if she wants
being
to
on the
be.
football team really allows the time to also put into varsity soccer.
There's plenty of teams, Harry, that have high school soccer players as kickers. They rush them to the game after their Friday soccer game. But, it depends. I don't know.
Jason says she plays
hockey and softball?
Hockey and softball.
Okay, so no soccer for her.
And football, is that all, Jason? Is that all? Hockey, softball, and football? Probably on the Honor Society, et cetera, et cetera. Well, 26 seconds left to go. Let's see if Bedford comes up with any onside kick trickery here.
They tried it once.
They did. And they will do it again. A short kick, nicely fielded. And the ball will be at the 33-yard line of North. 25 seconds left to go. 1st and 10. Well, they've tried enough of those long heaves down the field. I don't expect to see another one.
Do a straight dive or get the ball out in the flat to Harris. Low percentage play as far as the turnover goes, unless there's a fumble, but high percentage maybe if he gets out in the open field.
This game being simulcast over Bedford Community Television, Channel 23, and on WBNH-LP, Bedford 105.1 Radio with Nashua ETV in combination. Tackle in the backfield, and they may let the clock run out on a 17-0 Bedford first half. Dominating here in the opening game, Friday night of Labor Day weekend 2018. As the clock counts down, John Collins with Tom King, and Harry Kay will be back with second half action after the halftime break, which will include some Bedford band performance on the field. Stay with us for the second half here. It is the 2018 New Hampshire High School football opening game on August 31st.
17-0, Bedford in the lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd like to welcome the Bedford High School Marching Band and Color Guard as they take the field with this year's halftime show, Music of Journey. Under the direction of Kelsey Gaudette, Assistant Director Laura Heinrichs, and Color Guard Instructor Jennifer McCormick. Drum majors are Nick Aiello, Ryan McCarthy, and Dan John. The drumline captain is Diego Corsinez, and the color guard captain is Peyton Greiger. Our featured twirler is Chloe Zanoy. Once again, please give it up for the Bedford High School Marching Band and Color Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Bedford High School marching band and color guard. Now entering the field is the Nashua High School North Heights marching band and color guard under the direction of Chris Nelson. The assistant band director is Elizabeth Galt. Visual design is by Terry Swift. Drill instructors are Kevin Swift and Elizabeth Galt. Color guard instructors are Nancy Forey and Wendy Sullivan, and the drum line instructor is Charles Davis. On the field, the sights are directed by drum majors Teresa Narduzzi and Jamie Velasquez. Drill master is Sam Power, and the color guard captain is Rachel Holden. The Nashua North Marching Band and Color Guard presents its 2018-2019 show, It's All Good Up North, and includes Johnny Be Good, I Feel Good, Good to Be Alive, and Good Riddance. scores from around the state early. Londonderry 14, Portsmouth, Oyster River 0. Nashua South 14, Concord 0.
Welcome back, everybody, to halftime at Stellos Stadium. The second half about to get underway. Bedford leading North 17-0 in the opening game of the New Hampshire high school football season here at Stellos. A tough go of it for North. We just got the score from public address announcer Jason Roby that South's having an easier time against
Concord's not a contender.
17,
Concord's not a
14
contender
nothing.
this year. At least they don't seem to be. They weren't a contender last year. They had a tough year.
Bedford's a different story.
Much different story, as we can tell. I mean, they're not as explosive as you might think. They grind it out a little bit, but see, Toscano wears you down. You know, and then you know, I mean, their passing game is good. If you don't cover their wideouts, you're going to be in trouble. But Toscano, you know, and I think Toscano, it takes about 3 guys to bring him down. I haven't seen anybody do a one-on-one tackle with him yet in this game. And I think that's part of the problem for North because their defense is so keyed on him. It's allowing other players to get into the act for Bedford.
Yeah, just one of the other players is Harry Legualon, and he is.
And then Lucien Mampini.
He's got a touchdown, 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Harry Kay has got some of the stats from that first half. Very impressive for Bedford.
Actually, I passed him down.
You got it right in front of you.
Oh, I got
somebody there. Yeah. I can't
Harry
read
handed him off.
The old line was when you lose something, it's in a worse place, right in front of you.
Bedford with 248 total yards to North's 97. Bedford with 8 out of 12 passing for 116 yards. North 5 out of 9 for 51 yards.
That's both of the quarterback stats combined.
And that would be Curtis Harris
and Lovelace.
Lovelace.
Yeah. And I don't know. What do you guys think about that switch? I know you want the ball in the hands of maybe your best player in terms of Harris.
Well, I think Harris is more of an athlete, and I think he was making more happen because they had to watch both the pass and the run.
I agree with that in a little way, Harry, but I also don't think he's much of a passer.
And the thing you might want to question is sticking with him no matter what the entire drive. You could switch it up during the drive.
They keyed on him the whole time.
Yeah.
They knew he was going to get the ball. They knew he was going to try to do something with it. You know, in terms of not throwing it away, he was going to try to run it.
That is true.
And it was getting repetitive. I think if you've got Lovelace behind center, you got Montminy as a running back who can plow ahead with the threat of Harris on the outside or the inside. I think that's a little bit of a better way to do it. You can put Harris in there to change things up for a play or two. I've seen that happen. Remember, Merrimack did that a lot last year with their kids. But I don't know if I want Harris doing a whole 2 drives in a row.
Well, that said, we do have to give Curtis Harris credit for that tremendous 4th down conversion play that he made. The fake pass and the quarterback draw where he ran for it. That was great. And they literally came up inches short of what would have been their first score of the season. Credit to Bedford's defense coming up with big 3rd and 4th down tackles to stop North short of scoring. So right now the Bulldogs pitching a shutout. First downs 14 for Bedford. North is 5 on 3rd down conversions. Bedford's 1 out of 3. North 1 out of 7. Bedford with 9 rushes for 104 yards. That's Toscano with a touchdown. And Mumpini, 3 receptions, 47 yards. North, 11 rushes for 40 and 3 receptions for 32.
Harris, number 21.
That's both for Harris.
Yeah, those
the
are
leaders.
individual stats right there.
Right. So thanks, Harry Kay, for that. This game being simulcast over Bedford Community Television, Channel 23, and on Bedford 105.1 Radio. John Collins with Tom King, Harry Kozlowski. As you heard, South up over Concord late in the first half, 14-0. Bishop Guertin is taking on Central here tomorrow with their opening game of the season.
And I'll be here.
Yep. The newest team that jumps out at me in Division I, Wyndham, the Jaguars, making their move up. Alvern stepping down into Division II, and it'll be interesting to see how they do in their very first inaugural Division I season.
It'll be interesting to see how Bedford does. I mean how Wyndham does. I always call Wyndham Bedford East.
That's a good call.
I think the towns are pretty similar. Yeah, you go east because they're more, you're going on 111, you're going really east, So I just think that they've got.
What Tom's trying to say is they've got money.
Yeah. No,
That's what it comes down to. I mean, I think,
they got
I think
resources.
Those two towns compare very
I don't know if their
similar.
facilities are as good, but I do know that their athletes are as good or same style.
We are underway. The second half kickoff going to the Bulldogs.
Number 21.
And North able to stop Bedford's number 21, Michael Axton, with a return about 5 yards on the play. Actually, let's go up, spotted at the 25. First down and 10 for Bedford at the 30-yard line. 30-yard line.
Kind of a pooch kick there that Axton had a little trouble handling.
Yeah, I've been up on the Wyndham High School campus. It's like going up on Mount Olympus. It's really high up over there against the clouds. So first play of the second half. Thomas Morgan drops straight back, heaves it deep down the right sideline. It's up for grabs, and good play by Austin Willett on defense.
A lot of air
they
underneath
congratulate
that ball.
each other on the sideline.
A lot of air underneath that ball. If you're going to throw a deep pass like that, you want to catch the guy in stride, and that wasn't going to happen with
Not
that
the
ball.
case there.
Way
Ryan
up high like
Donahue,
that. Right.
the intended receiver at 6'1", senior, not able to come down with it. So taking a shot down the field on the opening play were the Bulldogs. It'll be second down and 10 from their 30. Up 17-0. Morgan with a middle screen and a great play, reading it all the way. Number 56 for the Titans, Spencer Whiting, takes the intended receiver down. Had they made the reception, they might have lost yards. Instead, it's an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd and 10. And right away, the Titans defense has a chance to force a 3-and-out.
Who hasn't touched the ball yet?
Toscano.
There you go.
Doesn't touch it here. Morgan
Well,
is
yes,
going to
he
be under
does.
pressure and sacked.
Nice sack. Because I'll tell you why. That was a key play. Key sack.
Donovan LeBate with the sack.
Because Toscano open in the flat near the, or not open in the middle near the 40-yard line when he came out of the backfield. And we've got an injury.
Yeah, that's
Lineman.
not looking too good at the moment. Writhing is Timothy Galamaga, senior tackle, 6'4", 285-pounder, and he's not very comfortable at the moment as he's attended to by the training staff. So it'll be a punting situation for Bedford when play does resume. We hope young Mr. Timothy Galamaga will be okay. Looks like he's got a upper body issue at the moment. The West Division, of course, Nashua North joined by Nashua South and also Bishop Guertin. The other two teams are Keene and Merrimack that make up the New Hampshire High School Football Division I West Division.
Right, and that was, don't forget that. Wyndham comes in, and Alvern leaves, so Merrimack comes over. Wyndham takes Merrimack's spot in the south.
Interesting.
And Merrimack comes in and takes Alvern's spot in the west.
Right.
And that makes it harder, in my mind, for the West Conference teams because they've got another real tough opponent in Merrimack. Alvern's still trying to feel its way. I mean, they've got a sophomore Kyle Gore at quarterback. They'll probably be better than they were last year when they were 2-7.
They'll open against Pelham tonight.
But yeah, they're open up against Pelham in their first Division II game. They were down in 2. Actually, they went down all the way down to the old Division III. 6-7 years ago, and then everything changed. The whole alignment changed, and they were put back up into 1.
Yep.
So he's up, and he's going to be walking out. He's going to be helped off. So this looks like it might be a knee, John. It looks like that's
the
what
lower
they were
body
on.
issue. Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't upper. Maybe an ankle or a knee, one or the other.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's his left leg or knee that's the problem right now. And tough break there for Timothy Galamaga in the opening game of the season. A key contributor for the Bulldogs, helped off the field.
But I'm going to miss seeing Alfred against, North, South, and Guertin. Those are good games.
It was a short commute for you.
Sure was.
Wyndham's a little farther.
Yep. Bulldogs will punt. They haven't done that much in this game.
First one of the game.
That one bounces, and getting it away, end over end. No return on this one, and a good Bedford bounce gets it to the 40 of North. So it'll be first down and 10. The Titans defense getting the job done in the opening series of the third quarter. They come up with a stop, a 3-and-out for Bedford's offense, and they punt it away.
So let's see how the offense looks and what they're going to do. See who's going to come out at quarterback.
And it looks like
Harris is going to be the guy.
It does.
Yep.
He is back out there to
he's
begin.
Back out there, and he's in the backfield deep. So it looks like he's it.
He's got Brian Montminy as the sole up back to his right. Receiver in motion. Fakes the handoff with the keeper. Harris darts over the left side of the line. Short gain.
Wildcat play with a short gain to fake on that play, and then he takes off.
So it'll be second down and about 8 for the Titans offense. 12-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school football. We've, as you can see in the TV telecast, we've played a minute and a half so far. Harris hands it off. Montminy, slow developing play, but a good finish for the Titans as he gets close to first down yardage and close to midfield. It'll be third down and
about 2.
Yeah.
Long 2.
Third and a long 2 right in front of us here at midfield. Key play for the Titans. If they don't make it, it's going to be decision time and maybe a punt. Harris is going to slip. He keeps his foot and he drops it. It's on the field, and he may have gotten it back.
He did.
I think it was a bounce right back to him, almost like a basketball bounce.
Fortuitous to say the least. He gets a first down out of it somehow.
Yeah, somehow he gets across midfield to the 49.
So as we look right down the line of scrimmage here from the Stellos Stadium press box, we're also looking at a 17-0 Bedford lead with 9:43
so
remaining.
You don't want an extended
quarter.
drive. You don't want to chew up, 8 minutes of on a drive because you're down 17 points.
Harris will hand it off. Montminy is maybe face masked. It looked like his head got twisted
but
around,
no flag,
but no.
though. Boy, I'll tell you, John, I was down in that
seen
field.
It correctly.
Harris was taking some hits.
Really?
Yes, he was
taking the brunt of it.
popped.
I was hearing stories about Bedford and I think Winnacunnet hitting each other pretty hard in a preseason scrimmage, and indication these Bedford players like to hit. Of course, Harris, big boy, he can take a lot of punishment.
Lovelace is in at quarterback now and throws it incomplete.
He backed up looking for Austin Willett, who did have some separation from the defender, but he had to dive, kind of go across his body to get that and not able to come up with it. So it goes as an incomplete pass,
So
and it's third down and 7.
Yeah, now you got a big third down play, but in my mind, I think you're in 2-down territory here. You're in their territory. I think it's anytime North is on the other side of the 50, it's got to be 2-down territory for them.
So Harris. Actually, this is Lovelace. He's
second
flushed to
play.
his left. And he is going to be dropped at about the 40. He's got a first down, I think.
He's
Depends
close. It depends on where they mark his feet, and it looks like they're going to give it to him. That's his second play in a row.
He did.
John.
He got 8 yards on that.
He was out
Lovelace,
there earlier.
right.
He threw the pass earlier in the flat that was
Sure.
incomplete.
Yep. So they are mixing it up, not sticking with the same quarterback necessarily for the
And
entire
I think
drive.
that's good. I think that's better to do it that way. So Lovelace proves he can run with the ball. He did that last year a lot too. He gets 10 yards or 11 yards on the carry.
Both quarterbacks a dual threat to pass or run, and getting just enough that time. Mike Lovelace back into the shotgun. First down and 10, ball at the 39 of Bedford. North still seeking the game's first points for them. That's not going to do it. It's a tackle for a loss, a gang tackle for a loss by several Bedford players who got into the backfield. A loss of 1 on the play, or 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 12.
Xavier Provost.
Good look at the offensive lineman there for North in the middle of your screen. Harley Ciardi is number 66.
Boy, you're
Anthony
right, John.
Carrion, number 70.
Takes a while to find a player on that
roster.
if you don't know the name.
Garrett Hilliard, number 72. They go by alphabet. They should go by numbers, yeah.
Montmany did not get
loss.
it. Lovelace did, and he's nailed.
It's going to be a forward progress there. Lovelace is sacked.
There wasn't much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably at about the 48.
I guess it's backward
Now
regress.
Now they're going to
instead
bet
of forward
45.
progress.
They lost. They're lucky there with the forward progress. They lost only 5. 4.
3rd down and 16 coming up here for the Titans. Still might be 2-down territory, but they're in danger of getting pushed out of it the way this last series has gone.
If I'm North, I'm going to try for Ouellette. You've got a good receiver there. Try to get him over
Lovelace
the
is going to be sacked by Toscano.
Well, I'll tell you, Lovelace and
Toscano in the backfield. Nothing there for the Titans.
on that play had no time. On the other play, no time. They are not blocking up front for Lovelace. Bedford is setting Toscano loose, and he's getting back there.
If
that was a loss
one
of 7 yards on that play.
Loss of 7 is going to be like a 4th and 23 here, and the Titans are going to be forced to punt.
That,
they are back in their own side of the field.
I believe that's Toscano's 2nd sack, and I wouldn't be surprised if he leads the Bulldogs in tackles as well.
They get the punt away, and he's going to try to return it.
Not
tackled by the Titans coverage team. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for Bedford at about the 26. I was going to say, if there's one guy you want to tackle or know where he is, it's Toscano.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
And he just seemed to be unblocked, and certainly that's the last person that Mike Lovelace wanted to see when he set up the pass in the backfield on that play. And it was, hello, what are you doing here? Who let you in the house? Boom.
17-0 Bulldogs in the lead here in the 3rd quarter. 6:43 remaining.
So shotgun snap now for Thomas Morgan, who's captained this offense, and the handoff to Toscano, one of the few short gainers for the star running back for the Bulldogs, who went up over 100 yards in the first half. 6.5 minutes to go. Clock rolling. Bedford's fine with that. Up by 3 scores, 17-0. Titans, who came up with a nice defensive stop to open the second half, trying to do it here again. 2nd down and 10. Bedford's going to throw it outside and greeted Montmany with a key tackle, dragging Harrison Lagulon down at about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. No gain on the play. Bedford's offense has started the second half pretty sluggish.
Montmany's a football player. That's about the best way to describe him. He's just a really good all-around.
There he is, 27, right in the middle of your screen.
Really good all-around type football player.
And back into the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near wide side of the field for Morgan. He's under pressure, immediately throws it, picked off. Picked off over the middle. Interception made by number 32. Justin Edwards
with the pick.
Playing his position to perfection there in front of the intended receiver, and a huge pick there for the Titans to give them terrific field position at the 38-yard line of Bedford. The Bulldogs lead 17-0, but their defense is going to come under pressure again. The Titans with another chance to cut into this big lead and make a game of it.
Well, at that point, Morgan didn't look anybody off. And that was, he allowed Edwards to basically zero in on him, and that's what happened.
Well, he had a pass rusher that was coming unblocked. Donovan LeBate, number 29, would have probably come up with a sack had Morgan not gotten rid of it, and that might have factored into the ill-advised throw right over the middle into the hands of a Titans defender. 3-yard gain on 1st down for North. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball at the 35-yard line. Pair of receivers split left and right for Curtis Harris. He's going to run it to the right. He's got a blocker in
room.
Montminy, and he leans his shoulder in. He gets close to the 30-yard line. Needed to get to the 28 for a first down, so it'll be
3rd and about 2 at the 30. It should be.
Yeah.
If they mark it where I think he is. Yep, that's where they are.
So 2 tough yards to gain here to get the first down. They may have a couple of chances to do it. They have 3 receivers to the near side, the wide side of the field. Harris is going to hand this off to Montminy. He's got the first down. He's going to go the house. The 10. No, he's tackled at about the 7-yard line. That was a defender that came from the wide side of the field. Lucian Mumpini with the touchdown saving tackle, but a huge gain up the middle for Brian Montminy in its first and goal at, let me see, a timeout.
8-yard line.
Called by, is that Bedford trying to stop the
Yeah, because North all of a sudden went no huddle. They went right away. So Bedford calls time to get their defense set. Montminy, football player, but not a fast football player. All right?
Well, he doesn't seem like a sprinter out of the block. Sometimes he gets those handoffs and he picks his spot before he gets moving.
Right.
And he picked the right spot that time, though.
Well,
big gainer up the middle. And North's been in this position before a couple of times, Tom. Inside the Bedford 10.
Inside the 10.
Inside the 5.
First time picked off as they got knocked back a couple of times on a sack. And then Lovelace threw a pick.
Yep.
Second time, Curtis Harris about 1.5 yards shy.
Yeah. If that. But it was short
so
of the
now,
goal.
let's see how they do it. They're going to have Harris still as the quarterback, it looks like.
First down and 7 yards to go. 17-0. Bedford leads. 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go, third quarter. A big series of downs coming here. Harris keeps it to the right side. Touchdown. North with their first score of the 2018 season. It's Curtis Harris for 7 yards over left guard. Found a huge opening in the Bedford defense that time. And there was no doubt about it. Curtis Harris for 6. They'll try the point after. It's 17-6. It's a key point after touchdown coming up here.
Yeah, every point's key now.
Because of that, Matty Lucatoni field goal, they can't go for 2 and another 8 points. They need to get 2 more scores, but the point after is good, and it is a 17-7 contest now. North's defense getting the job done, giving the offense enough chances till they finally broke through. 4:11 to go, third quarter. A lot of football left to be played. Former Nashua High North coach Jason Roby before the game making a prediction that North would be a Final Four team in New Hampshire Division I football. And you see flashes like that, and you just might think that he might be onto something, giving Bedford a game here into the third quarter. Both teams, of course, still searching for their identities early in the season. Preseason that was shortened by the new rules that Tom wrote about extensively, talking about starting a week later with the practices and no more double sessions, no more double strenuous sessions, more classroom meetings and video, and stressing the mental approach to keep the players fresher, less injured, and more safe. There's a pickup and a return down the middle of the field. Pretty good after a little bit of a bobble. Ryan Donahue giving his team pretty decent field position. His offense will start first and 10 from their own 34. Bedford leading 17-7 now.
And Bedford shouldn't get away from what they were doing, and I think they did on that first series of the half. Toscano right, Toscano left, Toscano right, Toscano left. Keep going. Give him the ball. It's 104 yards in the first half, John. You want the ball in the hands of your best player.
So let's see if they give it to Ryan Toscano here in first down instead of throwing. They've thrown on a lot of first downs tonight. Thomas Morgan back in the shotgun, and he will give it to Toscano. He heard you, but there's a good tackle in the backfield. Wrapped up low and holding on. I believe that was number 32. Justin Edwards has made an interception, and now a big tackle for, well, it was still a gain. Toscano's still going to get his yards. He got one. Second down and 9. North's defense has been tough here in the second half. Bedford just not able to get it rolling offensively.
They look like a team that was challenged by their coach at halftime. That's what it looks like.
Good point. Straight drop. Morgan's going to swing it out to Toscano in space. Goes to his right. Dropped down after a gain of about 5. It's going to be 3rd and short for the Bulldogs.
You said the words, in space. And that's a big key for a player like Toscano. 3rd and 3 now at the 40.
Pretty good tackle made by the secondary.
You've got to make the open field tackle. Got to.
3rd down and 3, and if they don't make this, they might be in punting territory here. So another key play for the Titans defense.
Toscano didn't look like he got a burst when he caught that ball. He had to go a little bit diagonal, and that took some yardage away.
Fires to the side, and it's completed for the first down. Hanging on, Ryan Donahue.
That's a big play, and you know what, John? That was a 2-step drop and fire. That's all that was. They did not want him sitting back there for a while.
Tight coverage by the defensive back for North. He almost had a chance to jump the route, but it was just that well executed by Bedford.
Yeah,
there was no time to step in.
And
it
a
was
first down.
Key play for North. You were talking about getting the ball in the hands of Toscano, but they did a good job of mixing those passes in the first half. That was their first completion here in the second half. Broken play, and the Titans capitalized.
Yeah, bad snap.
There will be no making something out of nothing that time for Thomas Morgan.
No, not with the rush that North's got. North's penetrating that backfield pretty well in the second half.
You can see the North defense gaining confidence by the play here in the second half. And Bedford kind of on their heels a little bit.
You think fatigue, Harry, is setting in a little bit with Bedford?
I think they're starting to figure out what's going on, and they've adjusted quite well.
It sure seems that way.
Referring to the Titans defense, figuring it out. Now the Bedford offense has to counter. Tough rush. Hit as he throws it deep, and it is incomplete.
Oh, Ouellette gave up on that ball, John. I think he would have had it.
I don't think he wanted it.
I think he wanted it. He had enough yards to turn around and run the other way.
Yeah, I would have grabbed it, maybe tried something. But the way this defense is standing up, they have a chance to stop Bedford right here. But, yeah, you're right. He was the closest person to it.
Oh, sure.
No question. And, again, coming unblocked for the Titans,
I think
number 29.
The guy who's got a nose for the ball as a receiver, Ouellette, had a chance at that ball. And I have to see it again.
Yeah, he was definitely the closest player to that pass.
Donovan LeBate, I believe, was the player that hit Morgan as he threw the football. To Morgan's credit, he got the ball way down the field, but the problem was the only person close to it was a North defender. Bedford's going to burn another timeout here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's 2 in the third quarter. They better hope they don't need one down the stretch.
One was forced by the Titans offense, running a play quickly inside the 10. The defense of Bedford called a timeout. This time the offense is calling a timeout, both in the third quarter, so they'll only have one remaining. Then the team can take that as a positive. This game being simulcast over Bedford Community Television, Channel 23, and on WBNHLP, Bedford 105.1 Radio, as well as, of course, Nashua ETV. John Collins with Tom King, Harry Kozlowski of Bedford. Harry K., welcome to our telecast. This has been a more exciting second half than I anticipated, Tom. I've seen some Bedford blowouts.
Well, you know what, John,
this is not going to be one of them.
Well, North got the ball inside the 10 twice.
They did.
So I didn't think it was going to be. I think if it stayed 0 at North's end, I figured Bedford would win. We'd get a touchdown, make it 24-0, something like that. But
Here's a key play.
Yeah, right
Third
here.
down and 12. Straight drop from Morgan. He's got some time. He's wrapped up and pulled down. A stealth sack. Vinny Priori with another huge play. Found his way through that mass of bodies around the quarterback Morgan, and before Morgan could get it away, he was ripped down to the turf for a sack. It's 4th and 19, a loss of 7 on that tackle by Priori, and Bedford is forced to punt again. They get it away. Low line or end over end, and it's going to bounce in space inside the 20.
Roll.
A good punt for the Bulldogs as they were at their own 41, and they gained about 50 yards of territory with that roll after the ball landed.
Well, there's definitely been a shift of momentum in this period. Titans definitely making things happen while Bedford is being thwarted at every turn.
Yep. Of course, Bedford's defense is only one big play away from putting North back on their heels. Bedford's made their share of big defensive plays. North still 10 points down on the scoreboard. Bedford leading 17-7, and North with a lot of distance to cover here with 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Here's the shotgun snap. Harris at quarterback again, and he eludes one would-be tackler, but barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now this is when you've got to open it up a little bit if you can, or at least try to get your way out to the 30, get some more space. Because they're going to key on him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have much room. So that's the problem.
No gain on that play, or maybe a couple inches. It's 2nd down and 10. Harris back in the quarterback spot. Tackled quickly in there. Number 24 for Bedford is Jack Jones. And he was in the backfield in a flash. Jumping Jack Jones.
Yeah, jumping Jack, and he loses 2 yards. It's 3rd and 12.
Jump right in the backfield, and there was no way for Harris to even to get started on that play. It's a tackle for loss. 3rd down and 11. That is the end of the third quarter. First quarter that the Titans can say they won that quarter,
yes,
Tom.
That's true.
It was 17-0 at half. It's 17-7 now. But when the fourth quarter begins, it'll be 3rd down and 11 deep in their own end for the Titans offense, trying to come up with a huge play to keep this drive alive and keep their comeback hopes alive as well.
Let's run through some of the stats that we have through 3 quarters. These are combined for the entire game. Bedford with 247 yards of offense. The Titans showing some life there. They're up to 142. Passing yards, 128 for Bedford, 51 for the Titans. Rushing yards, 119 for Bedford, 91 for Nashua North. Receiving yards, 128 for Bedford, 51 for the Titans. But they got all the points in that period.
How many rushing yards for Bedford, Harry?
It is 119.
That's all. And their guy Toscano has got 100 and some odd.
105. Now he only after 104 yards in the first half, he gained 1
yard in the third quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, to say the momentum has shifted may be an understatement at this point. So the fourth quarter about to get underway here. Fresh 12 minutes up on the board. 3rd down and 11. Somebody jumped. Teams pointing fingers at each other. And it goes against the offense. So that's going to make a difficult 3rd down conversion near impossible, you would think. 3rd and 16 from their own 12. So this time next week, Bishop Guertin against South right here, right? A week from today.
Yes, it will be.
And the pass is completed to Willett, but he's going to be tackled inside the 15-yard line.
Complete pass, but they wind up losing yards on that play.
Yeah. Bit of a risk there. Good stop. Solomon Sanchez, the sophomore quarterback for Bedford. 6 feet, 175 pounds. right on the spot. No chance for Willett to get going after the catch. So on 4th and 15, North forced to punt from their own end zone. With the fourth quarter just underway, 17-7, Bedford is on top. And of course the Bulldogs looking to seal the deal if they can get the ball back here. That's nearly blocked. Somehow he gets it away. Great job by the North punter to get the roll. That was nearly a disaster as number 2, the punter for Nashua North.
Yeah, I don't know how that ball got through.
Yeah.
How did it? Yeah,
It
exactly.
just went right through him, right through the Bedford player.
Kind of kicked it right underneath his armpit.
But this is not
Sam Nichols.
This takes a little bit
The punter.
out of the momentum that North
Oh,
had.
yeah.
Because Bedford's got the ball at the 44-yard line.
Yeah.
Again, this is they shouldn't get away. I mean, again, Toscano. Let's
Toscano.
try to win it up front. Of course, don't forget they lost a lineman in this game. That
Yeah,
also
you weren't in
may-
that locker room at halftime.
but they lost a lineman in this game. That also may.
Oh, yeah.
That also may be a factor.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a big lineman, too, a key part of their front.
Definitely.
There's a handoff. And turning the corner, number 7 for the Bulldogs is Harrison Lagulon, getting the ball in the hands of their biggest ball carrier at 6'3" and 230. He did gain 4 yards on the play, so it'll be second down and, maybe 3. Second down and 7. So, ball in the near hash
ran
mark.
about 8 to get 3.
Yeah.
With Bedford, just let the clock tick if you're the Bulldogs.
Yep. Ryan Toscano, the sole running back, standing next to Thomas Morgan. He'll get the handoff. Toscano up the middle and
just shy of first down to the 45, 35.
he got about 2 or 3 yards after contact to get very close.
That's what he does.
Yep.
That's he takes the hit and continues to tick. Keeps moving.
Takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Yep. 3rd and 1 at the 35.
So, will they give it back to Toscano?
No,
they're going to
Morgan.
keep it.
He's got it.
He's got it. He's close to the 30 before he stood up and stopped. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bedford as they
because
move
everybody
the ball.
was afraid on the North defense to overcommit.
Yeah.
And Morgan took advantage of that.
Good play call. Under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Bedford on the move on the field and keeping the clock moving at the same time. North needing another big defensive stop. They've had several here in this second half, but going to the well again against a very tough Bedford team might be a lot to ask. 17-7, Bedford trying to add to their 10-point lead. Straight drop, hit as he throws it over the middle, completed inside the 5 before he is tackled. That was Lucian Mumpini. A well-executed play. How did Morgan get that off as he was seemingly wrapped up by the Titans pass rush? They got in the backfield in a flash, but he still got it away and threw it perfectly down the middle to Mumpini, who nearly took it into the end zone. Touchdown, saving tackle. So it'll be goal to go from the 4. Bedford threatening to put this game away, make it a 3-score game again. If they can get a touchdown here. Of course, North wants to keep him out, but Morgan goes up the middle and they get a touchdown. He goes in standing up. Thomas Morgan, senior quarterback on the keeper. So Bedford stalling out on offense a couple times in this half.
But they got good field position because of the defensive stand down at the other end.
Yep.
Gave the ball to Toscano to kind of set the tone a little bit. And then they were off to the race.
And the extra point is good.
Yeah, I don't think she's going
by
to miss
Maddie
too many this year.
Tony.
I don't think she's going to miss too many this year, do you?
I don't.
No.
He's probably threatened for the scoring title. So it is a 24-7 lead for the Bulldogs. In control of this one with 9 minutes remaining. Comeback stalls for the Titans here in the second half. They were down 17-0 at the half, made it 17-7 after 3. Now Bedford has reasserted itself here in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes to go. This game being simulcast over Bedford Community Television, Channel 23, and on Bedford 105.1 Radio, in combination with Nashua ETV. Perhaps we'll see Bedford later in the season against either Bishop Guertin or Nashua South. Not sure what they're on the schedule. Bedford's in the North Division with Concord, Goffstown,
We'll
Central.
see Bedford here again against Nashua South, and
Okay.
then they'll host Bishop Guertin also. During
That'll be
the
in
course of the
October.
season. Yeah, that'll be in October. When do they play South? Here in October?
Yes.
Yep.
And there's an onside kick.
Pooch kick, and again, North
Caught.
does a good job of fielding it and getting themselves
See,
some good
they
field
just
position.
want to negate Harris's speed there, or any of their fast returners. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Now, Harry, let's have a little wager. Will the temperature be warmer in that night in October, or will it be cooler? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to bet cooler.
I'm
If
going
it's
to
not
bet
cooler,
warmer.
I'll be shocked. Oh,
You never
really?
know. The weather gets really crazy around here in October.
Yeah, I guess it does. I'm going to bet raining.
Maybe I can go and say snowing.
Oh,
no,
wow.
It's not going to do that. I hope.
November, you have a
Please
chance.
no.
Direct snap to Harris, rolling to his right. Looked like he was wanted a
Wanted to
pass.
throw. He wanted
Instead, he
to-
gets buried
he
for a
wanted
loss.
Austin Ouellette right down here in front of us, down around the 30-yard line. That's where he was looking at. Didn't happen.
Jack Jones, who's been having a great game, injured on the play. He made the sack, but stayed down.
That hurt. That was an 11-yard loss.
Yeah.
You would hope that Harris would at least have thrown the ball away.
But he's not a quarterback.
I think the
Harry.
good news is this might
know,
be just a cramp.
He's not. He's been a running back and an end, a split end or a slot guy. They want the ball in his hands. That's obvious, but it's clear from what I see here that he's not. When they practice, whatever I saw them practice, I never saw him throw a pass. But so I don't know how much. I mean, they've obviously had to have practiced a lot with him at quarterback for him to be out there doing it.
But it's just
doesn't
second-
look.
but
it doesn't
second
look like
nature.
but he doesn't look like he's got the second nature.
I mean, he looked for his receiver, couldn't find him. He had two Bedford defenders closing on him. All he had to do was just flip it out of bounds.
Right, exactly.
And would have saved
But
11 yards.
But it just does. He hasn't played it enough. You can tell he hasn't played the position enough. Either that or throw the ball down to Ouellette, but throw it way out.
That's something you don't see in high school football a lot. The quarterback deliberately just getting rid of it out of bounds, throwing it away.
No,
play.
because
they
they're high
always
school-
try to make a play on every play.
They're high school
Make
kids.
something happen.
They're
Exactly.
high school
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah. Like this is the play I'm going to make it no matter what.
Right.
But you're right. That would have been the play there. Just get rid of it. Out
It's
of
just
bounds.
like me. This is what I'm going to say to you no matter what. I don't care. There's no filter with me. And Harris had no filter. He had the ball. He wanted to make something
Making
happen.
something happen. Here it comes.
8:45 left in the game, and it's a 24-7 Bulldog lead.
Titans offense resets. Jones was off the field after the cramp.
This takes too long. You're letting valuable seconds tick off the clock here.
And upended immediately. Tackled by accident there
I don't know.
by number 21 for Bedford. He
I
kind of
can't-
backed into that tackle.
I can't help it. I just like the idea
Oh,
of Lovelace, a quarterback,
71.
and Harris
Not
getting
21.
the ball from him.
That was Torrey Helton, 6'4", 310 pounds. Looked like somebody was driving one of those mobile homes down the highway backwards and ran into Curtis Harris, who had nowhere to go. And he will step back.
And
Looked
he'll
like
run it.
And it was a design draw. Looked like he's still on his feet. Harris
There he is.
nearly got a first down out of that.
Yeah, well, you know
He
what?
had 23 to
he's
go.
going to have a chance to do it still because it's now 4th down and it's manageable.
It
Very
is.
manageable.
It's 4th and short.
No, not short. It's 4th and about
4
6,
yards.
Oh,
4 or 5.
Yeah, 4th and
They've
5.
got to get to the other side of the 50. They've got to get to the 49-yard line.
Yep. It is 4th and 5. Harris back in the shotgun. And Montminy out of the backfield will get the reception. He makes a nice move. Brian Montminy with a first down inside the 45-yard line. Some improvisational skills from two of the star players by the Titans.
But you forget about Montminy a lot, and Bedford did there.
It was kind of the old playground thing where he just stuck his hand up and said, "I'm open." Put his right hand up in the air and said, "Throw it to me, Curtis," and he did. He's going to come out of the right side, stiff arm, out of bounds, close to the original line of scrimmage.
Might have gained a yard.
Yeah.
They do give him a yard. Call it second and 8. Three receivers to the left. Austin Willett to the near right. Let's see what Harris wants to do. He's going to hand it off to Montminy up the middle for a big chunk. He gets inside the 35. Needs to get to about the 37. It's going to be third down, and they're going to spot it at the 35, so it'll be third down and about 3. No huddle for the Titans. 6:24, 6.5 minutes remaining. Bobble, it's loose, and Harris not able to get it. Toscano picks it up. It's a foot race, and Toscano is going to go inside for a touchdown. A 65-yard fumble.
He got the ball around the 45.
Yeah, you want to call it from the pickup.
Yep.
Okay, so it's about a 55-yard fumble return for a touchdown for Ryan Toscano. And it is a 30-0 30-7 Bedford Bulldog lead.
And game time.
Yeah, that hurts.
That'll do it.
Titans were on a bit of a drive there. They had a chance to convert, to get a first down and keep it moving. Instead, they're looking at Matty Lucantoni trying for yet another extra point after touchdown, and it is also good. 31-7, the Titans on top with 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. The Bedford Bulldogs on top, by 24. Well, that's a turn of events.
And what a game that Toscano's having so far.
Yeah.
It's been a wrecking ball on both sides. Running the ball, got a touchdown on the offense, has scored one, recovering a fumble.
Yeah, must be nice to be him tonight. That was in the right spot at the right time, although he's been in the backfield a lot, so he earned that opportunity to pick the ball up and run with it, and was able to elude the speed of the punter. Sam Nichols gave him a pretty good foot race. The junior.
He did. Nichols got down there. Toscano's big.
Actually, he made the tackle, but
he's not really fast. I mean,
right.
he's just a little bit quicker and a little bigger than Montminy. I think they're almost the same type of player in a way.
Yeah.
But Toscano's just a little bit better.
But he found another gear on that.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
He certainly was determined.
And now, you know what I do with him now? I sit him down. I say, nice job, kid. You're getting the rest of the night off.
They kick it down the middle. And the return for the Titans goes to about the 35-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for North with 6:14 remaining in the game. A flag comes into view late. We watch the guys in the stripes talk it over. It's going to be a personal foul against the Bulldogs of some sort. So it'll be 15 yards, and it'll put it at midfield. Titans trailing by 24 points, benefiting from the personal foul call. And we look right down the line of scrimmage at the 50-yard line here at Stello Stadium. Mata Field at Stellos Stadium. It is August 31 of 2018. As this game being simulcast over Bedford Community Television, Channel 23, and Bedford 105.1 Radio in combination with Nashua ETV. Nichols trying to find room on the near sideline, gets pushed out of bounds after a pretty good gain on first down of about 4. Now I call it only 3. 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line of Bedford. Getting many reps at quarterback in this game, Curtis Harris. Brian Montminy, his running back to his right. He's going to keep it. Harris is. And he is hit at about the 45 after a short gain. Not too many big holes available to be had in this Bedford defense in the secondary, the front line.
Especially when they know who's going to have the ball.
Yeah. King on Curtis Harris, number 21 of North. .538 to go in the ball game. Bedford leading 31-7, trying to come up with a stop here. Of course, North trying to keep this late drive alive. Straight drop for Harris. He's going to heave it down the middle.
Now I see why. No, now wait a second now. Now I see why he is a quarterback. Did you see that arm?
Yeah.
John, he just flicked it.
He did.
So now all he needs is more reps and more touch.
Okay.
He's only a sophomore.
Except the official was the only one that was able to catch that ball.
That's true, but still, don't you like the, I mean, he's got a better arm than Lovelace, I think. You showed it right there.
I need wounded ducks on target myself. That's my preference.
Yeah, I know.
Accuracy is everything. Harris drops back, goes to his right.
You also get tossed out of men's league baseball games, so who cares?
Wow, go for the jugular.
How many this year? How many ejections?
Let's see. This year? None. None this
None?
year. Yeah.
Ah, that's
I'm
not
mellow.
bad. You're mellow, huh?
Yeah.
You get mellow in your older age. You're a grandpa now, so that's why.
Yeah, it's in perspective, Tom.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Until an umpire really gets in your face and challenges. 4th and 10 now. That's, yep. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 the other way.
Yeah, Bedford's got the ball. 5:19 to go. Let's see what the Bulldogs want to do with this 24-point advantage, up 31-7 in later stage of the 4th quarter. Handoff goes up the middle, and first down and much more. Number 33 is Jack Grogan, junior running back. Stockily built, tough to bring down, and moves the chains for a bundle. Ball spotted at the 37, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Morgan's still out there, quarterback, getting some valuable reps in the opening game. Of course, they have fewer scrimmages under the new rules and valuable playing time. Dragged down after another big gain for Grogan. Priori with the tackle. This game taking some fateful twists along the way. You could say it's been a much closer game than the score indicates right now. Certainly. North getting stopped short of the goal line. Oh so close a couple of times before finally breaking through. Giving up a 55-yard fumble return for a touchdown along the way. Grogan getting dragged down, but not before he gets a first down.
Yeah, see, they're doing the right thing. They're giving Toscano, like I said, the rest of the night off.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yep.
A little break in the
Well,
pace of the game here.
Yeah, they won't have to worry about that timeout unless they don't want a penalty here, because they're getting pretty close to the 40-second clock. And I think that's
Delay
it.
game?
Delay game. Yep.
Yeah.
They decided not to worry about that. You could tell they were taking their time. So
taking that sweet time.
So Harry, what's the final tally on Toscano for rushing, not including the scoop and score?
Give me a moment.
It's nice to have our own personal stat guy.
I'm just saying, I think you're abusing your
I
coworker.
Well, I want to see if I can, talk Pete Johnson into, throwing a little bit Harry's way so we can get him every game with us.
Okay, well, Toscano definitely slowed down in the third quarter, so we have 105 and 112 yards on 12 carries.
Menderson Ely with the swing pass reception for Bedford, and he is tackled at about the 31-yard line. It'll be second down and 15.
What about Harris?
Give me a moment, and I'll get you that, too.
Who may touch the ball or may not the rest of the game.
3:09 to go, 31-7 Bedford leads with the ball, second and 14. Thomas Morgan in the shotgun, straight drop, looking to his left to pass. He underthrows it. It bounces in.
Wow, is that
space
right?
harmlessly.
A 34-6 lead for Merrimack over Goffstown? My.
Merrimack with a statement game.
Yeah, sure is. And guess who
Open
North
the
has
season.
next Saturday? I believe it's Goffstown, isn't it? Next Saturday.
It is Goffstown.
Yep, on the road.
Yep.
34-6. Yep.
I have at the end of the third quarter, Merrimack 41, Goffstown 6.
41-6 now. Wow.
Yeah, just came in
Just came into the ETV newsroom.
to the Twitter newsroom. Or the 105.1 WBNH newsroom. Third and 14 play for Bedford.
And that was a sack on Morgan.
Priori with the sack.
Priori's played a good game.
He has played a good game. He's going to have a good season if he and everybody can stay healthy. Let's hope that happens.
This score just in, Merrimack up big over Goffstown, 34-6.
Morgan in the shotgun.
Well, 4th and 18. They're just going to run the play out.
They might do a little pooch kick.
Yep, you're right. There you go, Harry.
Exactly what
Not
it is.
bad.
Tom likes those little pooch coffin corner
I
jobs.
like those. Yeah.
And it's down at the 10. First and 10 at the 10 for the North offense with 2:09 remaining, staring up at a 31-7 deficit. Bedford in control and in the lead. Opening game of the 2018 season, August 31st. Tom's got more football plans this weekend. He'll be covering the Bishop Guertin opener against Central here at Stello's tomorrow. Forecast looks great for the whole weekend.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a little break here, and I can
break.
get that Harris number you want.
Yeah.
Timeout on the field.
Harris is still going to be out there, too. I'm surprised.
Okay, do me a favor and add these up.
Sure.
We had a little issue here with the stats application. So add 39, 23, no, I'm sorry, 39, 15, and 7. That's your total yards on
61
on
yards.
Harris. And the number of carries was 15, 9, and 1. So 25 carries.
Boy, 25 carries for 61 yards for a guy who's blazing fast. Doesn't seem like a lot. That's a lot of touches. Bedford did a good job of. Bedford did a good job of containing him in this game.
So first and 10 for the Titans offense. They change up quarterbacks. Number 6 into the game behind center in the shotgun.
No, Harris
position.
was there, John. Harris was the quarterback. He handed it off to 6.
Sure.
30,
Sure.
30. It was a 30.
Was it?
No, I think
Who is that? 36 in the
No,
backfield?
you're right. It's 36 in the backfield. 36.
He is about 36. Corey O'Day is currently a quarterback for North. Is he a freshman? 2021? And hit and thrown down
If he is.
at the 5.
Yeah,
That's a big
welcome to
boy there.
varsity football
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Smith on the carry.
Zachary Guerin, the senior, rudely greeting the ball carrier Smith.
Garrett.
So Be 3rd down and 14. Clock running with 1:15 to go in the ball game. Bedford going to go to 1-0, and North going to go to 0-1. North will be taking on Goffstown on the road next weekend.
In a day game.
Day game.
Saturday afternoon. Goffstown doesn't have lights.
O'Day eludes the sack and a safety, and he gets the ball out to about the 5. So it'll be 4th down, and it'll be time for North to punt here deep in their own end with 40 seconds to go. There's time for one more play. They'll actually spot it at the 6. Actually, they might just run it and expect that Bedford won't try to score again once they get the ball back. So, in the shotgun, O'Day. They're going to take a time. They're going to take a delay a game here. Looks like they're just going to let it run down to the delay a game. 10 seconds to go. Clock continues to run. Maybe the officials are just going to let the game clock run out. They will. That'll do it. It is a 31-7 Bedford victory in the opening game of the 2018 season here at Stellos over Nashua North. It was close for a little while, Harry Kay, but Bedford asserted themselves in the end.
And big reason was Ryan Toscano.
Yep.
On the ground, on defense.
The player of the game, no question. Yeah.
Definitely a great game there. He looks like he's going to be the focal point for the Bedford offense and defense this year.
So the folks in Bedford have a good reason to pack into the field and watch the game next week with another terrific team in the offing. They are going to have their home game, their home opener next week.
Next Friday at 7 o'clock, it'll be against Concord.
Against Concord. And as we said, North will be traveling to Goffstown, still with a promising season ahead of them as well. We want to thank the fine folks from Bedford Community Television, Channel 23, and Bedford 105.1 Radio for joining us. Harry, thanks a lot. Let's do it again someday.
Thanks for having us. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks for the South game.
Yes. For Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, our MVP upstairs, our executive producer Pete Johnson, Tom King, I'm John Collins. Thank you for watching Nashua ETV's broadcast of the opening game of the 2018 New Hampshire Division I football season. The final score for the final time, Bedford 31, Nashua High North 7. Good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.